Hello, welcome to today's new moon meditation in Gemini. It is the 5th of June, 2016. So sorry I'm in the dark here. I've got some very unprofessional lighting. I'm going to start with a breathing exercise. I'm feeling a little tired. I was taking a nap before, and I also just feel like I always shout at you before I relax into them because, my nerves are high. I don't like small talk. So let's do this practice together and see if it helps you. I'm still going through a training, and I'll be telling you about some discounted sessions just for you guys watching. But I also completed another training, and this was a part of it. And ever since the training, I've been doing this breathing practice every now and then. And it seems to be the most simple, powerful breathing practice that I've ever learned. So what it is you just take your first 3 fingers on each hand, and you put one on your navel, one hand on your navel, the first 3 fingers, and the other 3 fingers you put on the opposite, sorry, not the opposite, the same pulse place on your neck. So you don't actually have to press hard enough to feel the pulse or have it in like the exact right position to feel the pulse. Just placing it there is enough. So once again, the other hand is on your navel. You just breathe in and out like normal. And then we're going to add a couple of things. So as you breathe in and out, breathe so that the air really passes through your throat. You can accentuate that. When you breathe in and out with your mouth open. And then see if you can keep that with your mouth closed. You'll notice when you breathe that way, when you're really paying attention to it passing through your throat, it's kind of like you're hugging the air. You'll notice, and I've been doing years of pranayama, of breathing exercises, as a yoga instructor and a yoga student. And really hugging your breath with your throat helps, I've found, for me to breathe deeper and for me to really open up more consciously and breathe into all of the lungs. So there's that. Really being conscious of passing your breath through your throat, hugging it, hugging the air. It's not like restricting it, it's just gently hugging it. And then imagining that the air that you're breathing in is heavy like a liquid. And so it has to drop to the bottom of your lungs and fill up the bottom of your lungs first. So really allow your lungs to fill up from the base and move upwards. You may be experiencing yourself kind of falling into your tailbone, and your shoulders go back. Just keep breathing in and out. Perfect. And now let's switch. Other hand on your navel. Just continuing to breathe in and out. Filling up the bottom of your lungs first. Air is really heavy and has to hit the bottom first. Air is passing through your throat. Awesome. So that is a really grounding breathing exercise. And the teacher who taught it to me suggested doing it after you arrive at a place, traveling long distances or short distances. Anytime that you're a little flustered, just basically any time that you want grounding. And yeah, I found it to be really transformational already. Okay, so you can let me know how that felt for you. And if you have any questions about it too, send them my way. Shanti at courageousintuitive.com, or you can also just type them in the chat box here if you're attending live. Okay, so I wanted to mention some new offerings that I'm offering at courageousintuitive.com. So they're so new that I don't even have my website updated yet, but I wanted to let you know about them because you attend these meditations. So I am taking part in a Dharma type certification course, and it's a course that teaches about the 5 Dharma types. And each Dharma type has a natural expression and a natural purpose that needs to be fulfilled in order for them to feel good things like safety and security and just fulfilled in their life. And so I have learned many tools to accompany that. So in order to find out your Dharma type, you can take a test, and I can also look at your Vedic chart if you have your birth time and place. And because of my intuitive training, I'm calling what I offer intuitive Dharma counseling sessions. So they'll be 30 minutes long. They can be through Skype or through a phone call, or I can also record the session and then email it to you. So they will be 30 minutes long and $44 each. So if you are at all interested in learning your type, I'll just quickly go through the 5 types. There's an outsider type, which is what I am. There's an educator, a warrior, a laborer, and a merchant. And none is better than the other. And understanding your type can really help you blossom, stop trying to be somebody else, and just really understand the patterns that have developed in your life, and kind of get some understanding why that is the way that is. And just releases a whole bunch of stuff that isn't yours. At least that's been my experience. And then the other thing, so if you want to receive that, because I don't have my website updated, I can't really so much direct you there for more information. So if you want more information on that, just contact me directly at Shanti@courageousintuitive.com. And one other thing is I got another training in a certain type of shamanic bodywork. So I've already been doing lots of shamanic bodywork for a couple of years now, and now I'm going to be incorporating this new training. So normally my 1.5 hour sessions, 1.5 hour to 2 hour sessions are $180, but for this new type of, I'm calling it Shamanic Awakening Bodywork, it will be a good synchronized number of $111. So 111. And they're 1.5 hour sessions, and obviously because it's bodywork, you have to be local in Madison, Wisconsin in order to receive that from me. So you can contact me at Shanti@courageousintuitive.com if you're interested in taking advantage of any of those deals. And I'm just kind of putting it out to you guys who are watching, as well as my email list. So take advantage of that if you're feeling called. And now on to the new moon information. So the new moon is in Gemini, and it takes place today, June 5th, 2016, which is a Sunday. So if you've never attended before, I recommend you going to meeting your sacred space meditation first. We do these meditations in our sacred space, and it's a shamanic principle that you carry with you all the time, but we always want to do work from this space so that you set the intention, you know that you're safe, and it's a really great place to just always start from, and it's a place that I always start my healing sessions from, for myself, as well as when I'm working with clients. So you can do that meditation first. If you're watching this on YouTube, just type that in, and then you can come back and watch this afterwards. If you're on my blog and watching this, I believe it's linked right above this video. So how I do this meditation, I tune into my higher self, which tunes into all of the participants watching live as well as on the replay, and also tunes into the moon and what kind of healing journey it wants to take us on. So I don't have any script. I have no idea what's gonna happen before each meditation. They usually last around 25 to 40 minutes long. And although I'm learning, and I've learned a lot about Vedic astrology, I know very little about Western astrology and don't have all of that in my head about what this new moon particularly means, and it's not like I would be able to lecture on any of that. So it really is just kind of tapping into my intuition and reading the energy. So we're going to start from our sacred space. We'll go through the meditation. I finish with an Om Shanti, and don't talk after the meditation, so that if you want to continue whatever's going on in the meditation for yourself, you can, for as long as you want to after I sign off. So, as always, let the other people in your space know that you need some time, that you're going to be doing a meditation. Turn down any lights. As you can see, I'm pretty much set here. And then also grab anything that you are currently working with. Maybe it's your journal, maybe it's a poem that you've written lately, maybe it's an oracle card that you've pulled and you're working with, tarot card, essential oils, gemstones. The list goes on and on. So grab whatever you want to bring into this meditation. Go to the restroom, take your last bits of water. Turn off your phone. And let's settle in and begin. Okay. So taking your nice 3 deep breaths. Relaxing deeper and deeper into whatever you're sitting on or lying on. And start to visualize, sense, feel you walking towards the door of your sacred space. For some reason, I pulled up on a motorcycle and opening the door. So our intuition has a sense of humor. And always be willing to be surprised. So what does your sacred space feel like, look like this time? So something that feels different for me is that it feels vast. It feels like it goes on and on. And it's been a little more confined in the past. Which is really cool. I'm getting the sense that I feel more safe in my body, and that's why it's reflecting that in my sacred space. I'm taking up more space in my body, and more opportunities, possibilities I feel are in my reach. It's pretty cool. So when you notice how your sacred space has changed, um, or if it's just always the comforting same place, that in and of itself is information for you. Okay, it dropped in and it's getting real fast. So, new moon came down into the sacred space right in front of us. She is, I'm getting goosebumps here. She's bringing up our fears. The unconscious fears, as well as the fears that we have not been willing to speak of. So, ones that we have been conscious of, but we've just kind of kept stuffing them, sweeping them under the rug, acting like they don't exist. Just kind of hoping that for some reason that situation will go away, that awkwardness and that friendship will go away. Um, that dissatisfaction with a job or with a relationship, with a living situation, or with the relationship to your life purpose. And what I'm seeing is us, might be a little graphic, seeing us pull off our skin and just kind of bare it all. So not even clothes being the barrier that we take off, but our skin, the facade, where we can hold back our emotions, where we don't show things on our face. And this may be something new to you, but if you feel safe, try it anyway. Know that you're in your sacred space so that you are 100% in control and you are safe already. And when one of your spiritual teachers is Kali, like myself, you kind of get used to blood, guts, and gore. There's always deep transformation that comes. So you're standing there with your muscles exposed, all the connective tissue, all the fascia or fascia. All the vanity is gone. Doesn't matter what your hair looks like. Doesn't matter if it's falling out, if it's got a bad hair dye from your last hairstyling appointment, it's got a bad haircut. Doesn't matter if you had your best hair day ever today. All of that just doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how much weight or how little weight you're holding, because you see that all fall away as well. All that adipose tissue just leaving. And your muscles are starting to peel off. And you're being left with your bones. The spirit of you is holding everything together. So you're just standing there with your bones in front of the new moon. So as you stand there so stripped down, what still matters to you? She's asking me, what are you still holding on to? Two things that came for me: I'm not good enough. Life. I'm still not good enough. That little caveat there. And life just has to be hard. No fooling yourself. Life has to be hard. It's definitely how I was raised, and it's definitely a belief I've been working on transforming. So what are you still holding on to? You're so stripped down in this pre-life, full of life, afterlife stage where vanity doesn't matter. You're in a completely safe and held space. You don't have to convince anyone else anything about anything. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to perform. And if you feel ready, you can offer whatever you're holding on to still. You can offer that to the new moon. It's okay if you're not ready to offer that. Because you can just do this meditation again and again and again and wait until you are. If you are ready, you can make some gesture of offering and visualize that energy of whatever you're holding being sucked out of your bones into the new moon. You don't have to carry it for yourself anymore. You don't have to carry it for your community. You don't have to carry that badge of sacrifice for your ancestors. You can choose to feel whole now. You can choose to be healed now. You don't have to keep proving that an outdated belief is true. Just because others around you have believed it for so long doesn't mean you have to believe it anymore. Even if your spiritual teacher or someone you respect believes this, but it just doesn't feel right for you, you know there's something at a higher vibration past that. Do yourself the honor, do your community the honor by offering that up in order to accept something higher. So keep going, wait until every last speck of that energy that you were holding on to has left your bones, left your energy system, and has been offered to the new moon. Still some people finishing up. Hold space for those who are still finishing. Okay, so there is still some that's lingering, and it is due to a boundary issue. So if you still feel like some has stuck around, and even if you don't, you can always have the reminder of practicing healthy boundaries. Let's visualize a golden egg around us, so around our bones and our spirit and energy system. We're going to use the color gold. It releases resistance. If you want to use a different color, go ahead and listen to your own intuition. Otherwise, you can choose gold. And make sure all around you, underneath your feet, in the back, behind you, above you, make sure there are no cracks in this egg. If there are, you can just repair them. If you find any holes, just repair them. Get creative. You can have a team come in and repair them. You just do a swipe of your hand and see it completely healed over. Perfect. And now scan your bones and your energy system one last time. See if there's any more that energy that you've been holding on to, and offer that to the new moon. Notice how it doesn't come back. Healthy boundary allows you to offer it and not take it back on. Okay, shamanic principle, whenever we let go of something, we don't want to leave a vacuum there, so we always want to make sure we fill ourselves back up with a whole bunch of good stuff that we want. So grounding, connecting to the earth feels really important this new moon. So we're going to thank that new moon for taking that offering. She is already transforming and has transformed whatever you are holding on to. She is dark right now. She knows. She goes through dark and light every month, so she knows what to do. Quite shamanic herself. So she knows what to do with light and shadow. So there have been some energy work classes that I've attended where they, teach you to release things to the earth, and then you have to check them out to make sure that, that it happened, or, you don't want to be dumping garbage into the earth. But that's the purpose or the function of the earth. The earth just recycles energy. You don't have to worry or add any extra anxiety on that. It's like when you put something in the toaster, it's going to get warm. That's just what happens. You don't have to watch it get warm and expend any other energy other than pressing the on button or pushing the toaster down, the toast down. So same thing with tools that transform. You don't have to baby it. You don't have to check it out to make sure it's happening. That's where your own sense of trust comes in. So know that as you've offered it, it is already transformed. And it's actually helping the planet, helping the solar system, helping the universe. It's only when we hold on to our light or our shadow when we're not helping the universe, when we're holding holding the evolutionary process back, our own growth as well as the growth of everything around us. So I didn't plan on going on that tangent. So getting back to connecting with the earth and filling back up. So let's choose a place, a section of our sacred space where we want to merge with the earth. So maybe there's a place of big rocks in your sacred space and you want to merge with that rock, or a cave, or you can even dip into different elements. So maybe there's a waterfall and you want to merge with the waterfall. Basically, merge with something in your sacred space that feels right to you, the exact energy that you are looking for. It can even be with a totem animal, spirit animal, power animal, whatever category you call that. It could be with a guide or a helper that you normally work with. But as you merge with whatever you choose, just really pay attention to your feeling. You should feel an ease. You should feel an empowerment. It should just feel right, an extension of yourself. And if there's anything that you merge with that just you get blah or doesn't feel right, doesn't feel like there's an illumination, just choose something else. Wow. So I merged with trees before, but this is really cool. So yeah, there's this huge tree that I merged with. So for yourself, read the energy of what you merged with. What does it feel like? What are you sensing? There's so much information that came to me right away. So what is the tree doing? It can ask for what it needs. If it needs more water, it'll send its roots down deeper and it'll find it. Doesn't worry about its surroundings. It can weather the storm, it can weather the sunshine. It provides a home for others. There's a respectful relationship. The creatures that live there know that they can't damage the tree, otherwise they won't have a home. The tree isn't afraid to take up space. It spreads and grows its branches all the time growing, all the time transitioning, all the time just present. So name a few things for yourself. You can even do it out loud. Sometimes it's really helpful. when you're just starting to use your intuition and tap in and read energy, to just say it out loud as another point of confirmation that yes, I'm not just making this up, it's actually happening for me. And we're going to breathe in those qualities that came up for each of us. And exhale them out into our aura, out into the space around us, the energetic space. Inhale one more time, breathing all that in. Exhaling, strengthening our aura, strengthening our energetic field. And it's a sense of not strengthening so that we can then protect ourselves from other people or situations. It's a strengthening so that you can take up more of you. It's totally what I'm all about, especially within these shamanic awakening bodywork sessions. It's just testing, seeing how much you are willing to take up your own energy field. Just releasing anything that's not yours. May have never been yours. Even the things that you thought were yours, you thought were working for you. A willingness to awaken. It requires some being gentle with your ego. Sometimes your ego can be like a toddler, doesn't want to be right, doesn't want to be told that it wants to be right. Sorry. And it doesn't want to be told that there is another way. So you can just be calm and patient. There are usually some pretty good reasons why the ego doesn't want to change. Usually centered around safety. Maybe it perceived that it wasn't safe to be awakened in your body. So even now, kind of give you that shamanic awakening session for yourself. Ask which parts of yourself don't believe it. Don't believe what you merged with, what that energy is. Don't believe that goodness. Where is that in your body? Where is that in your energy field? That is still afraid to awaken. And then just ask it a simple question. Ask directly that part that is afraid to awaken. Ask it, how are you feeling? Name the emotions. I'm feeling hurt. I'm feeling betrayed. I'm feeling cast aside. Feeling unworthy. What else is coming forward for you? Maybe it's just one emotion, maybe it's many. Tune into the egg, that auric shell that's around you. Tune into that again, strengthen it. Check for any holes, leaks, cracks, repair them. And then just allow yourself to feel whatever came up. It may have already left. For me, it already left. So a lot of times we're afraid to feel, just to feel, period. Afraid to feel those emotions because we think then they'll never leave. But actually, when you allow yourself to express them, they can then move through you, which is what they were meant to do in the first place. They were meant to inform you and move through you. So with that energy that you merged with, see if you can awaken that part of your body now with that energy. And it's perfectly okay. This meditation isn't going anywhere. If there's still some work left to be done there, just keep doing this meditation. A couple more days, a week. You will feel a sense of transformation. So I'm very visual with my energy. So it was my first chakra that I was working with. And when I reawakened that part with that energy that I merged with, my first chakra just kind of popped open. Could almost even hear it in my ears. It was just like, sigh of relief as well. Like, oh, I can take up space here. I can expand. I don't have to be so small. It feels really good. So a lot of times I am kind of top heavy, can easily access the upper chakras, and sometimes live in my head a lot. Dreaming comes easily, even daydreaming, which means I can also worry a lot as well. But yeah, now I feel a bottom heaviness. A really sultry, sensual, grounded sense of safety and security. Feels really awesome. Okay. Been going for a while now, and it actually feels complete. I definitely urge you to journal, talk about your experiences, comment on the YouTube channel, comment on my blog. Sharing your experiences solidifies them, helps you continue to live them. So you're not just doing this meditation now and then forgetting about it and reverting back to your old energy patterns. So talking about your transformations kind of helps you live into them. So I always get lots of personal messages about the transformations that happen in these meditations and the journeys that people go on. And I love, love, love hearing about them, but also share them with other people. There may be something about your experience that helps someone else. And there may be some way that you tap into things that helps someone else strengthen their intuition. Everybody has their own unique way of sensing and reading energy. So it's really nice to just share it within a safe community, how that shows up for yourself. So we're going to thank our sacred space. Thank whatever we merged with today. It can be your choice if you want to stay merged and carry that energy forward with you. We're all one anyway. So you can carry that energy forward with you, or you can unmerge and just know that you carry that energy with you. Whatever you prefer, whatever feels best for you. Thank myself for facilitating, you for participating. And as we finish, let's just breathe. Some really deep, conscious breaths in our sacred space. Keeping with that principle of breathing, hugging the air with your throat, filling up the bottom first. Air is heavy, goes all the way to the bottom. And stay here as long as you like. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for tuning in. Om Shanti.